the truth on why your boxing technique sucks. Starting off with number one. Hey, not all of us have money to go to a boxing gym and get that training in 4 to 6 days a week, an hour and a half to 3 hours at a time while you're in the gym. That is the quickest way to advance and excel in the sport. And plus, that's pretty expensive. I mean, your traditional boxing gym, with just the gym itself is probably like $80 to $90. And then say if you want to get a trainer, because you're going to need a trainer to really get you where you need to go quickly within 3 to 6 months. If you're there 5 to 6 days a week, that's going to be about four, maybe even $500 a month, depending on what gym you're going to. Unless you're doing a boxercise class where you can learn, yes, but it's not going to be the same as if you have a one-on-one trainer. But if you don't have that, number two is just getting comfortable at home and understanding the box stance. So if you're southpaw, it's right foot first, left foot back. If you're conventional like me and most people, it's left foot first, right foot back. Understand it's always going to be about shoulder width or apart or a little bit wider than shoulder width to really stand your ground in the stance. Now, after you get that part down, your front foot is going to be about a 45-degree angle. Your back foot is going to be about a 90-degree angle facing off in the direction that it's pointing. Be nice and light on your toes. Be loose and relaxed throughout your whole body if you can. Slightly bend those knees. Bring those arms up. Make sure your elbows are nice and tight onto your rib cage. Bring them forward. Have your hand right below your back eye and have your front hand ready to catch or to spring out like a cobra. Now you're going to crunch your torso, bring your head forward and tuck your chin. Now, the key thing at really getting good in your boxing technique is to understand that everything derives from your footwork and the stance. So just get comfortable going to the left, to the right, and then up and down. Now to move to the left or forward, you're gonna push off that back foot while taking a step with your front foot and making sure your feet do not cross. Now to move back or to the right, you're pushing off that front foot and then taking a step with your right. Now you just wanna get comfortable in the box step, okay? This is number two. As you get comfortable in the box step and you're moving around, and you feel good moving around, all right? Because this is where everything comes from. You want to feel good just moving around, just understanding where your body is at all times, making sure your back is straight, keeping your hips underneath you, staying nice on your toes, and trying your best to not be flat-footed. Because as you get comfortable moving around and just seeing where your feet are, then you can start getting into the imaginary blocking. Because sometimes you don't have time to react. But if you're good at understanding, oh, he's trying to hit me, I'm gonna slightly roll left and then slightly roll right, take steam off the punch. Okay, and the same with the body, you're dipping down and just getting comfortable with that head movement and blocking. Because as you get comfortable there, after you're good with the stance, that flow is gonna come off. And then you're gonna see, oh, I can actually see everything coming to me while I'm moving around. And you're actually getting into that mindset as if you're shadow boxing and pretending that the person that's trying to hit you is there because that's what's going to make you react in the way that you need to get in and to get out. Now, after you understand that, this is the most important part. Getting two punches together, and right after you get good with those two punches and everything that I just showed you, making sure your head breaks the center line, whether you're punching and it's breaking the center line at the same time or right after you're punching. So if I'm throwing a jab, I'm making sure my head is breaking that center line, okay? That's the next one. And then as I get comfortable there, trying to throw two punches at a time, because that's when you're gonna really see where your problems are. And it's best to see that while you're recording yourself or in a mirror. Because if you're good at throwing through two punches, then you know where your body is at all times and what you need to do when you're moving around. Okay? Because everything flows off of the weight shifting from left to right, from right to left, making sure your head breaks the center line, making sure your feet are underneath you, being a student to the game and studying some of the best fighters out there. Julio Cesar Chavez, Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, Floyd Mayweather, Winky Wright, Juan Manuel Marquez, Marcos Antonio Barrera. Like, just studying people who are really great in the sport and try to translate it over into what it is that you need to focus on. Because you'll notice something with the elite boxers, they have footwork. They're always making sure their head is off the swivel. And if they're standing in the pocket, they're making sure they're keeping their guard up to catch the punches and counter off correctly. But you have to be open, have fun in the process. Don't be too hard on yourself and take it seriously as you can daily. You got to practice daily. Even if you can't go to a gym and you don't have the money, if you're inside, practice daily. Even if it's for 10 minutes on just footwork, keeping your hands up, making sure your head is breaking the center line, and making sure your punches are straight and they're nice and tight and they're going in the direction that it needs to go, because everything flows off of that. And then once you're able to graduate from there, the sky's the limit. And then you can try to go to a gym and start to spar to see where your skill set is. And the trainer will know, and then they'll try to get you up to par of where you need to be. Now, thank you for joining me on this journey to the ultraviolet. Hopefully this video helps. Be a student to the game. And if you like the video, please comment and subscribe, and always work towards becoming your greatest version.